Good evening, Spurs fans. It's Friday evening, and wherever you are, I hope you're having a good weekend. They're going to have a good weekend. Let's hope we are, Spurs are, because we're playing Newcastle on Sunday. And we all know what happens there usually when we play up at St James's Park. The aggregate score of our last two games there is 10-1 to Newcastle. So let's hope there's a big change to that scoreline on Sunday. Now, we had first time we ever played Newcastle was back in February 18th of February to be precise, 2005 in the FA Cup. I think it was the fifth round. The game was played at White Hart Lane, and unfortunately, after a 1-1 draw, we went up to the long trip up to St James's Park, probably by train in those days, and we lost 4-0. Overall, statistics against Newcastle are played 170, won 74, lost 62, drew 34. In the Premier League, right, we've played them 58 times. We've won 25, we've lost 25, and we've drawn 8. And the goals for 92 and against 94. So you can see there's really nothing in it overall. We're very close. Biggest win we had against Newcastle was back in November 1950. We beat them 7-0 at White Hart Lane. Their biggest win was on the 18th of December 1996 at St James's Park when they beat us 7-1. I remember that game. It ruined my Christmas period. It really did. And Newcastle's other biggest win was 6-1 against us back in 1923. Now, as we probably know, some players have shared the jerseys. The two that spring to mind most recently for me are David Ginola and Les Ferdinand. Stephen Carr was another one. So there's been a few players traded between the clubs. Newcastle have bought well in the close. They've bought some good, decent players. I know they've been trying to expand their squad, and they haven't had a huge amount of success. But they have some decent players. That Bruno Guimaraes is excellent. Isaac is very good up front. So we're going to need to be on our mettle on Sunday lunchtime. And again, can I just say again, it's very hard for a game in Newcastle with a 1:30 start on a Sunday when there's restrictions on trains and everything for the Spurs fans to get up there. But I've no doubt we'll fill out the away end, which is probably halfway to heaven in St James's Park, if I can remember correctly. It's right up in the top. It's a bit like the West Ham ground. You need binoculars to see the pitch from you're up at such a height. But the Spurs fans, no doubt, will make themselves heard and have a huge influence on the team on Sunday. Team news at the minute, no Richarlison, he's injured in training again. And Solanke isn't going to be risked. So it looks like we're going to be something similar to what played against Everton, although I hope for the sake of security that we play Bentancur alongside Basuma in the midfield to give it a little bit more stability, because Newcastle are good going forward, and we can't run the risk of a repeat performance of last season's or the seasons before scores. So that's it. Just to say, we've now had the Europa League draw done today as well, and the standout ties for us are against Roma at home and Glasgow Rangers away. So they'd be good. Waiting to see when they're going to take place. That'll be announced tomorrow. And in the meantime, as always, come on, you Spurs.